Hi, my name is Gabrielle Chismedia, and I chose to do my book review on the 21 Indispensable Qualities of a Leader, Becoming the Person People Will Want to Follow by John C. Maxwell. A couple of things about the author is that he's known as America's leadership expert. He actually speaks to hundreds of thousands of people every year. He does special seminars for Fortune 500 companies, sports organizations, and also has written over 30 books. This book is actually a sequel to the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. The author really believes that fundamentally there's a big difference in understanding leadership and actually implementing and becoming a good leader. This book is designed to assist an individual in the development of becoming a good leader. He's divided the book into 21 mini chapters, and each one of the chapters focuses on a very specific leadership characteristic trait. An example of this would be character, charisma, community, generosity, leadership, passion, vision, positive attitude, self-discipline, and servanthood. Each one of the 21 chapters has a common organization about it, so you can really focus on what that particular trait is that's being discussed in the chapter. Each chapter opens with 2 appropriate quotations from the great leaders from around the world. Then it is followed up with a short anecdote to illustrate the specific trait that's being worked on. And then it's followed by fleshing it out, which is a section that actually provides additional examples of the actual trait in action. Then he has a section that's called reflecting on it, which is a way for the individual to analyze their way of implementing the trait, and if they already do, analyzing how they do that. This is followed then by bringing it home, which leads the individual into personally applying this in everyday life, in everyday leadership. Then the close of each chapter is the daily takeaway, which is followed by another anecdote that solidifies what the whole trait was that was worked on for that chapter. He's really designed the book to be absorbed so that you can methodically and strategically read it. He doesn't want you to feel like you can't repeat it. In fact, he encourages you to repeat information if you feel that you're uncomfortable with something that you've implemented. And he also wants you, he says in the introduction, to live with this book for a while. So he actually encourages you to go back to it and really practice until you're comfortable with the traits. As far as the audience goes, I feel that this book appeals to a very wide variety of people in leadership positions. It's very self-directed, so it really takes a very driven individual to follow it. I could actually see someone, maybe an older high school student that's very, very mature, possibly could use this for their leadership skills, but it seems really it's more for a person that's already in a leadership position or in an executive position. The strengths of it, I feel that each chapter, the fact that it focuses on a specific characteristic trait is actually a wonderful way to simplify it. I also find it very, very easy to read. There's not much that's left up to interpret. It's very, very much spelled out for you. Some weaknesses is that I do feel that it's very, very detailed and very tedious. So unless you're very, very committed, then it's going to be difficult for you to complete these steps. Which leads me to my other weakness, which is I feel that because it is so lengthy and it is 21 characteristic traits that you're working on, that potentially an individual with time commitment issues or that has a lot of stressors in their life could be left with a feeling of inadequacy and possible failure if they weren't able to finish it fully. I believe that if an individual actually fully made a commitment to integrating and implementing this into their leadership practice every day, that they could definitely be successful with this. I personally was not able to actually implement all 21 steps because of the time constraints of class, but I very much look forward to doing so. I would actually recommend this to very motivated, very focused, driven people. that are already on the path to strong leadership. But I, like I said, would not recommend this for somebody that has a lot of stressors and isn't going to be able to complete it completely, because it will make them feel, possibly inadequate. And once again, the 21 indispensable qualities of leader. I look forward to implementing this in practice. Thank you very much for your time.